on, guys, and welcome to our first podcast episode, the SpareTime podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about schools, Ontario, and the education system. We have all lived many different experiences and have different opinions on the education system, so let's get started. But first of all, I want to introduce you to all the members here, and we're going to start off with a Q&A. This is Wahaj, Omar, Mohammed, Ali, and Arman. Start off with our first Q&A question. Could you please?
So, our first Q&A question is, what advice would you give to the grade 9s?
Basically, all I would say is...
don't take French in grade 10, that's right.
Yeah, don't take French in grade 10.
I have taken grade 10 French.
Talk to people, make new friends.
Yeah.
Don't be a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Socialize.
Yeah, socialize.
And grade 9 and grade 10 as well, making friends, building relationships.
Yeah.
And then later you can...
And life just goes uphill from there.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Not those type of relationships.
Okay, but
Yeah.
you guys got anything else?
The next question.
Yeah, so the next question is, what's your favorite song? Let's start with you, Noah.
Dance Monkey.
Dance
But I cannot say that in public.
Okay, you just said it in public.
My favorite song, as I was
Yeah.
saying,
Wait, who cares?
Yo, look there.
is God Did by
God did, okay.
What about you, huh?
Raj, what about you?
Passion fruit.
Oh,
It's a good answer.
Yeah.
One Hit Wonder Dream.
I'd say mine is Wet Dreams by Jake. What about you, Mom?
What Dreams too, yeah.
What Dreams? Yeah. You?
My favorite song is Obama Prism.
Obama Prison. Who's that by?
Be quiet, bro.
By Obama.
Kick them off.
Okay.
Next.
That sounds good. So, our next question is, why did you start the podcast club?
Good question. Well, I actually started off because I had a YouTube channel and I love talking. I have a lot to say about government. I hope I don't get banned. Yeah, that's mainly it. I just like to talk about different political
stole
issues.
But also, no. The club started like 2 years ago with Michael YYZ, okay?
Shout out to you, Michael.
Michael!
He started a club, he did nothing with it. They released some lame podcasts on
Yeah.
Spotify. A bunch of these nerds talking about anime and stuff. It was horrible. So
Disgusting.
today,
Nobody watched them.
This day, we're taking over and we're making better podcasts.
New and improved.
with video.
Renew.
All those nerds, they're in like UFT doing engineering, losers. And
Okay.
we're out here making podcasts, making moves.
We do better than them. Okay, so I'll do a follow-up question on that. Why did you guys join the podcast club? I'll start with you, Ali.
I just feel like talking, and I love talking with my friends, especially in OR. So, yeah, I just really enjoyed this opportunity to talk about stuff.
What about you, Mohammed? Why did you join the podcast club?
I joined actually because my cousin was in the club and
Yeah.
he motivated me.
What about you?
He motivated me.
Yeah.
He's the reason this club still exists.
We had promo lunch and 3 of the guys from podcast club, they came to us. They advertised themselves, giving us free iPhones and all that. And then,
Did you ever get the free iPhones?
no, we didn't. But we joined and we built this club.
Yeah, we built this.
From 0 to 100. I don't
0
know
to
what say.
hero.
Oh yeah, 0 to hero. Yeah. Next question.
Why don't women love me? Okay, the next question is, what's the best club?
Podcast club, obviously.
Who is the best teacher in JFSS? John Fraser.
Mr. Reed.
Mr. Reed?
Mr. Reed, we both agree on that.
Who's
Never heard of
Behind
Mr.
the
Reed?
camera, he's
Who
on
is
that.
Mr. Reed? Can you tell
the
us?
GOAT.
But
The
what
GOAT.
does he teach? What does he teach?
Business.
Business? Yeah.
This is business.
Next
Okay.
question.
Our next question is, milk or cereal first?
Oh my God.
Milk
This
first.
is a very controversial
Whoa!
topic.
Did I say milk first?
I do milk first, but I know it's wrong.
first.
Look.
Milk.
I
Because
go
it'll get
cereal
soggy.
first.
If you eat Frosted Flakes, it gets soggy in a second. bro.
See,
It goes from wet to drenched.
It depends on what you like. Do you like
What?
soggy or do you like crunchy?
Okay, no.
I like it like crunchy, right?
I like everything soggy in my life, you know?
You like it wet.
I love it wet.
Guys, can we do a vote? Raise your hand if you put milk first. Three of you never talk to me
That's
ever
very sad,
again.
but I
Never
do
talk to
love
us again. You're out of the club.
All right.
Okay, next
I'm the president here. But
Okay, the next question is, do you brush your teeth before or after breakfast?
Well, actually, I have a really different opinion on that. It's some people, it's
I
controversial.
don't
I don't brush my teeth. I brush my teeth only at night.
Only at night.
That's
Only
weird.
Why not in the
Friday.
morning?
That's weird.
I don't. In the morning, I don't know.
Yo, we need to
That feels
not
weird.
weird.
I just brush my
So
teeth.
when you talk to
smelly.
people at school, you talk to them without brushing. That's what you're saying.
That's so
yes.
nasty.
But I would have.
Beats and mouth without.
Let's not bring that.
Okay, edit that out. He asked me again. Everyone, calm down. So, you're telling me that you've talked to people in this school without brushing your teeth?
No. Yeah, yeah, like that's true because I eat and then I chew gum, and then we're cool.
Gum doesn't help your teeth.
So you chew gum while you're eating?
No, after I.
I want to read your next question.
Okay,
Guys, you
okay.
can't substitute eating gum for brushing your teeth. Remember
Yeah.
that.
Okay, next question is.
Brush your tongue.
Okay, that's
No.
Can you not brush your tongue?
Next question.
Okay, the next question is, where can we find the podcast?
Okay, you can find it on our YouTube that we're shortly gonna make. It's probably gonna be called SpareTime Podcast GFS something. It'll be in our link in our bio on Instagram, and we'll put the audio recordings on Spotify and clips of it on Instagram and TikTok.
Yep, basically sums it up.
For all the questions. All right, into the actual podcast part. So I'll start off saying by me and Omar, we have had different experiences from the people here because we went to schools in Dubai or UAE. Schools there are very different. For example, me and him consider it to be much easier here. They're years behind in my, they're a couple years behind, and when I went back to UAE and met my friends there, they were shocked by what we're doing here because they said they'd done that like a few years ago. So,
Okay, Ali has a question.
So if it's much easier, how are you still failing all your courses?
that's a good question.
Shots
But
being taken.
I'm just wondering.
that's a good question. If next question.
Okay.
We also realized that the technological advancements at our school are much behind than other countries. For example, they still use chalkboards here. In other countries, they use whiteboards. Or at
What's wrong
least
with whiteboards?
or smartboards. Well, this class does have a smartboard. They've improved. They're evolving.
That's a projector.
Yeah, what's
No, I'm saying that's a whiteboard. Sorry. But other classes are all like chalk and whatever, and I hate chalk.
What's a smartboard?
You hate chalk?
Smartboard is like a screen that you write on.
Oh, really?
Like a phone screen. Like
Oh, really?
Wait, so how big is it? It's like.
it's big.
It's big enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay, but I mean, chalkboards I think are still like.
Okay, so I wouldn't
They
say
get you
that.
dirty. They get you dirty, man.
See, I wouldn't say that the school system is bad just because we don't have smartboards. I mean,
Yeah,
Like-
doesn't really matter.
we use projectors probably a lot more than we use chalkboards and whiteboards, or at least in my math class, like we use the projector a lot, you know. So
I mean, you also
Yeah.
use chalkboards, right?
Okay,
They
but
write the
you-
equation.
But it's
Yeah,
still, but the
but-
difference is here you're paying like 50% of your income for tax, and then it just goes to random
that's
things.
controversial.
No, it's fine. You can talk
But in
about.
Dubai, isn't it all private schools?
It's all private schools, but you don't pay 100. Like okay, well, it depends on how
You
much
pay
your
a
dad
lot
makes.
for the private
Oh,
school.
so you do pay in Dubai?
Not a lot.
You pay.
You're still
Would
paying,
you
though.
how much tax do you
They
think
want
you
you to
pay
go
in your like year? In UAE, a school costs about $7,000 for bus and.
Oh, only. Oh, good thing. That's pocket change. Huh?
Yeah.
You scared
No,
me.
no, 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 no. But here you're paying all that money to go to education and hospitals and whatever, but you're paying $50,000 like or more. Depends on how much you make. There should be more money going to schools, I think. There's
Okay.
so much to improve.
So I switched it up, but online it says that not 50% of your tax goes to.
If you make $1 million, 51%
Education.
goes away.
What?
$1 million, 50% you
Income
can go
tax
to
on
education.
No, 50% of your income is tax.
Where did
If you make
read
$1
that?
million.
Income
No,
tax
if you make
is
that's tax. 50% of it is tax, but
Yeah.
all that 50% does not go to education. So that point technically isn't valid in the education.
Okay, but you're at least like you're paying more than, for example, in UAE, you're paying. Yeah, there's no taxes, so you're paying that only $7,000
Okay.
instead of paying like 20 to go to school.
Tell me, do they have free healthcare in
Yes.
UAE? Yeah.
Yeah.
They do, right?
Without
So
tax.
systems are obviously. Wait, now. This guy's making me look bad.
Okay, but I mean, we're not behind on technology. We all have what
Yeah.
we need.
No, but
we're
like-
not
Yeah.
complaining about anything though.
Oh, you have to compare like in Pakistan, like they like.
But when you go from that, when you see that level of classroom, the locker, for
Okay,
example,
but
here you
what would
can't even
want
fit
right
your
now?
hand.
What do you want right now that would make the school better?
What
I
would-
think,
yeah,
I
what
think,
would
I
make
think
the
there's,
school
I
he
think
wants
there's, a
people
few-
levitating in the hall.
I think there's a bunch of things that should be different.
Right?
For example, lockers, hallways, they're too small.
Yeah.
No one
Uh,
uses lockers anymore.
What do you want, a museum?
Okay, honestly,
What do you
but
want?
okay, but when you have a big locker, you start to use it.
I wouldn't
look,
use it.
that's a
I
problem.
still don't
That's a
think
problem
that
with
anyone
some
is-
of the schools in Ontario specifically. If you go out to like British Columbia and stuff, their schools look way different.
Yeah.
Their schools are bigger. The hallways.
Why you say British Columbia?
Because that's Canada.
Listen, in schools like where I was born, right? Young Street, right? Right beside Young
What's
Street.
that
actually-
Yonge
no, listen,
Street?
listen.
Yeah, Young Street.
Like Markham,
That's in
right?
Toronto.
Markham School, right?
Yeah.
I went to the school. They don't have Chromebooks. They don't have laptops.
Exactly.
They don't have kids. They have nothing, right? It's just a school. and they're like thriving, and we're complaining about we don't have.
Yeah, it is a first world problem. I do agree. We're being a little bit bougie, but
we
Who's we?
me. I'm being a little annoying.
I'm the single
But
thing.
when you pay like this levels of money, you would want something like good.
No,
like, you
no.
want-
Okay, no,
You
but,
just
like,
use-
then go to a private
It's
school.
only
Yeah.
fair.
Okay, look, honestly, I can relate because, like, being from America, I went to school in America. I know
American
how
schools are nice.
there's no free health.
Okay, man,
There's
when
no
you
free
were
healthcare there.
You remember this when you were 2, huh?
I remember this. Okay, my parents tell me stories. But anyways, there's obviously no free healthcare there, right? And the schools you also have to pay for. You have to pay for a lot of things, but their technology is like way more advanced. So it's.
How? Give me an example.
It gives you an example. I mean, yeah, they have smart boards also in
cleaner.
America.
Yeah, okay, but you're gonna but you're gonna find smart boards.
You know what? You know.
And
you know-
another thing, schools in America are massive. If someone can put up a picture on the screen right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
they
They're
are
like huge college
massive.
campuses. They have
Their
football.
cafeterias
No,
are
but like
10
look at
times
UFT.
bigger.
No, look at UFT Ryerson. Like all the universities are huge.
Yeah, the
Not,
university.
not
UFT is a
compared
bad
to American
campus.
universities.
What do you mean it's a
American
bad campus?
universities
UFT is a
are
bad campus.
Mr.
There's-
Salka campus, have you not seen it?
It's garbage. It's there's no barely.
Ryerson has a bad campus. Or what's it called?
There-
Oh,
there's-
yeah,
you're
oh, yeah,
saying
yeah,
random
yeah.
names.
No.
CNU is just
Here's
Yes,
what.
They have classes in a Cineplex.
Here's why UTM. I
Wait,
think-
actually?
They rent out the theater.
Yeah, they
There
do.
isn't
Yeah.
there isn't that much. First of all,
I wanna go there.
There isn't much food options. that's a random fact. But
Okay, that's also a bougie thing.
Yeah,
Like,
what-
No. Okay.
There is like only like 5 of the
okay,
same
look,
thing.
here's the
Food
thing.
options
I don't know how much you're
And they're
gonna eat
expensive.
from like the school, like university cafeteria. Like for me, if I was to go to university here, I'd probably eat outside or I'd cook my own food. I wouldn't be going to the university cafeteria and choosing from their
And
options.
they have a bunch of restaurants. Like
Yeah, they have
They
restaurants.
The nasty like dried
I mean,
chicken.
you have a bunch of
Barely
fast
any.
food places. You have a bunch of like fine dine restaurants like around the campus.
Yeah, like McMaster.
So nobody want. Okay, well yeah.
You know what? A lot of your complaints are not because like you find a problem with them. It's because
It's a want. It's a
a
want.
rich country, so you're just used to their bougie lifestyle.
But this is a rich this
It
country
is a
makes
rich country,
more
it is
money
a rich
than
country,
any.
but like
No. This country, I wouldn't say it's a rich
Okay, but
country.
look,
it
if
isn't
the
rich like
government wanted to
Dubai
put
or
money
like
into
UAE. Why
something,
say Dubai?
I don't think they need to put money into ours. Like this school, for example, they don't need to put money in here to
It's fine.
for the advanced stuff. There's
Why don't they
other
upgrade
It
schools
the
could
that
be
are worse
okay,
than
but there's also a thing that you have to also consider. UAE is like the size of less than Ontario, I think. Yeah, smaller than Ontario, right?
Of course.
So you have much less space. Like you can go high, like in prices, and you can pay more to make it look nicer because it's a small place. But you can't make all of Canada look good.
Yes.
See, the problem with
So
Canada-
it's more spread out, I think. But it's still like it feels bad.
The problem
like
with
the
Canada
main
is
area
it's,
of
half of
Canada.
it is uninhabitable because you
Yeah.
have like, none of it and like
40,000 people and declining.
like literally the majority of the population of Canada I think lives in Ontario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
13
like,
million? I don't know.
It's the biggest problem, and a lot of them live in the GTA because that's like the biggest place in Ontario as well.
GTA?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
GTA, it's his favorite.
Not
game.
GTA 5. No.
No. In UAE, do you pay taxes when you go to like supermarket, right? No, that's what you think.
Wait,
That's what I
really?
thought. No.
No, but that's what you think.
Wait, no, actually.
No.
So
Listen,
that's
Something's $1 on the shelf. It's you
No,
buy
that's the
it
thing.
for $1.
It is. That's the same thing in Egypt. When you go
I
something
gotta
and it's
go.
like 10
Oh,
pounds,
sure.
you
Why are
buy
you
it for
comparing
10 pounds.
Egypt?
But listen, and I'm
Hey,
talking about
yes,
the Middle
Egypt.
East, Middle East in general. There still is tax. They just don't like. It's already included in the price.
Wait, do they
Yeah.
have? Do they have
It's
like?
not added on?
Do you have?
No.
no,
The
what's
original
on the-
price of the thing, for example, if it was $1 in UAE, the original price is 80 cents, but they just add the tax beforehand, so you don't like when Canada.
No.
So they
Yes.
tax you before you pay?
No, that's not true.
Yes.
That's not true. All the money
How does
goes
that
to
make
the-
any sense?
That's not
It's the
true.
same. I think
That
Canada should
house
do that.
everything perfectly at the like a 0-0.
That's how they
Exactly.
do it. I don't know.
That's how they do. Bro, there's
Ask
no
UAE. Give us an example. How much would like a pyramid sell for in Egypt?
Oh my.
Just give us an example.
Pyramid? Like, what do you mean the actual pyramid?
But like, you're not in
What's it
Despicable
take
Me. Despicable Me. Gets the pyramid, inflates it.
Unfunny joke. We'll run past that.
Even if the tax was counted before, at least you know what you're paying. Here in Canada, you
Yeah,
have to,
I
like-
agree. They
you have
should
to,
do
like,
that, yeah.
calculate the tax in your head, and
0.13,
there has
yeah.
to be like you have to see what the actual grand total is. But in
Yeah.
UAE, if you
Yeah.
buy something for $1, even if there's tax, you know what it is. It's gonna be $1.
Yeah, I agree with that. Canada should do that. They should include like the final price on the shelf price. Because I don't want. Oh,
Still
this thing's
expensive.
only $30.
And
And
then
then it's like,
13% tax.
it's like,
It also
yeah.
depends
Yeah,
on what you're
13% tax
Because
just
like,
comes in.
if you're buying like a bag of chips, like, do you really want?
But
the
that-
final-
okay, but
like, are you
it's-
that broke that you can't
Yes,
afford? the
I
bag of
am
chips?
broke.
No.
Did you say
Well, I think-
$7,000 for
I think
pocket
people-
change?
I think people want to conserve money, right? Because it's like it's kind of like a trick. Like you see something, it's like
Yeah,
$50, right? You think you're gonna buy it, and then it comes out to be like around almost 60. That's like $10
Yeah, you know,
extra.
but
It
that-
may not seem like a lot, but when you're doing bigger purchases,
Yeah.
like TVs or like appliances,
Like
and
if you
that.
see something
Yeah,
in UAE
exactly.
that's 50 dirhams, right? You something in UAE 50 dirhams, you're gonna buy it for 50 dirhams. It's
Yeah.
not gonna add on extra.
Yeah, but it's not, the tax is not already included, no. But also, it's just, okay, but you're basically paying the same thing, whether they put the tax before or
Yeah,
after on the
yeah.
price. You're paying the same thing, it's just like how your brain sees
Yeah,
it.
So
I
I
know,
think-
I agree.
I think
so
what,
it's still a lot.
I think what we've realized here is that number one,
We
in
hate
UAE, the schools are bigger
Yeah.
in
Bro,
general.
they have escalators.
Wait, that's a bit extra.
not
The
kidding.
laboratories in UAE are like
Laboratories?
Yes,
That's
you have
there's labs. You get labs.
Labs, yeah.
We just
So
work on the
their
counter.
equipment is
You
also
get
better.
microscope.
Tell me about the like phys ed. How is phys ed there? Like the gyms and everything. Are
The
they
gyms, I do
One
agree,
gym
they are
is-
smaller, but you do have an outdoor pool. You do have an
Ah,
indoor
okay.
pool.
There's
You
a-
have an outdoor soccer.
Wait,
field,
wait,
yeah, on the
Okay,
roof.
are you talking about an average school or like because
Average
school in
school has
UAE?
pools.
So you can see the comparison
We had, like,
between
a
an
full
average
pool,
school and
there's
like.
a full
Mine was
Like
small.
the Gonzaga ones, like they have like a big like.
No,
Not-
Gonzaga is
not-
bigger.
not that
Gonzaga is bigger.
Gonzaga's bigger. Yeah, Gonzaga's
What
bigger.
do they just have like
Bigger
a
pool.
John Fraser is small compared to other high schools.
Yeah,
Stephen
that is
Lewis,
true.
everything. No, but Gonzaga is not just a school; it's a community center.
I mean, I'd say one thing specifically good about
They have
John
three
Fraser
No, but, like, that's-
is that we have the mall, which adds a lot to
Oh,
our
yeah.
school.
Areas
That's the only
Without that, I feel like our school would be like a bit less special. I wouldn't say garbage. You know, the
we
school-
love John Fraser.
Yeah, we
Because
love
other
John
schools
Fraser.
at lunch they
We
don't
go to
have
the
many
school for a
options.
reason. Like
Like
we
at
choose
lunch,
to go here, right?
at lunch, other schools don't have that many
Yeah.
options.
You can go to the mall.
Yeah, they'll go to like.
Yeah, exactly. We go to the mall like basically every day for lunch. That's like such a privilege. Right?
Yeah.
You don't get that
Yeah,
many
yeah,
places.
that is true. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that adds on to like the point. Like even if we're not like that advanced, like we have so much things that we can do here.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we go to lunch, we go to the mall. Like I know
So,
he's
so
buying
in
for sure.
conclusion, it's a little bit of a stupid like complaint, but it's still valid. And then there's also I want to talk about how the like what do you guys think about like the education here? Like
The education. Yeah, I was thinking
don't
about
like the
that.
levels.
Yeah, the levels are very like.
the,
if I
oh
compare
yes,
it,
exactly, level system. I hate
it's
it.
so bad here.
Level system.
Wait,
Oh,
three
level-
like
level
number
one,
one, two,
Yeah,
three,
yeah,
four.
like those like the way teachers grade here is like very different, and I find it very annoying that some teachers have completely different ways of grading than other teachers because it gets so confusing, and it's just so weird because for example one of my teachers last year had I forgot the word for it, but it's where you can only have like 80, 85, 88,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, anchor marks. I
anchor
hate
marks.
that.
Wait,
Anchor
no,
marks,
but
yeah.
that also depends on the teacher. Like
That's
things-
what I'm saying,
No,
yeah.
no, but that's like you can't really like force them to change.
No,
the way they
but
want.
you can because if you go to like America or like UAE, every teacher uses the
Percent.
same grading
Yeah,
system.
yes, exactly.
It's not differential between like different
I was-
teachers.
I was talking
You
to
can't
that.
choose.
I was talking about that with my friends in UAE. Now they're moving towards level system too.
Yeah.
But because it's a British like type of system.
Yeah.
It's harder. First of all, British systems are way harder than Canadians, and Americans are harder. But
Yeah,
what's it called? The level system is, for example, for us, a level 4 minus is an 80, I think, starting
Yeah,
from
yeah.
80.
You're
Yeah.
getting
It's like a
80s.
90.
Yeah.
A 4 plus is
A
like
4
that.
plus is a 98.
A 20%. It's like
Yeah, but at 20%, if someone gets 80 in UAE, that is an idiot. Like that is someone who never like knows anything.
Yeah.
I remember
Honestly-
one time I had a
I'm gonna fail.
93 average.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
93 is
Yeah.
called bad. Average
Oh,
for
and
all
another
like 10
thing
subjects.
Yeah.
is about exams. We might not complain
Yeah.
because that's all we
Yeah,
get.
we've
but never had it. We're not having exams these past
Yeah.
2 years.
Yeah, 'cause of
maybe not
COVID.
next year. And even though we don't have really COVID or a pandemic anymore, there's still like
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
So
But,
people
but that's a
who are
bad
used to
thing. That's a
We
bad
need to have
thing.
exams to
When
prepare for
exams in
the
UAE start
University,
from grade
it's
4 or
important.
3.
Yeah.
Because-
now
because-
we're gonna go into grade 11 without exams. You're gonna get like a grade
You're
11 math
unprepared.
exam.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so tough because at the end of the semester, you're gonna go into like how long is the exam? Like 1 hour 30.
It takes
Yeah,
some time to
I
get
don't
no
know.
idea.
But like compared to now when we go to grade 12 biology or chemistry or whatever you take in grade 12, it's gonna be 10. Sorry.
Some stuff going on behind the camera scenes. We're just gonna ignore that.
In grade 12, you're like, oh, this is way too hard for me. I can't do this anymore. Too much
The level
stress.
jump between grade 10 and 11 is too big.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
I want to see it.
And-
I
Yeah.
mean, even the level jump between grade 8 and grade 9.
Oh,
grade
yeah,
8, you're
that's
learning how to add and subtract fractions. Grade 9, you go in and you're learning like.
No, wait.
And your systems.
Wait, but that's also because we had COVID, right? Like
No,
but that's like you have to,
COVID
we literally
really
everyone
really
okay.
hard.
Like,
we all cheated. Like, come on. Let's
Okay,
be honest.
okay.
I didn't cheat.
I'm not
We did
gonna-
not cheat. I did not cheat.
I'm not
I
going to
didn't
admit to
cheat.
that. But I will say that even though because of COVID affected us, it was very easy in grade 8. However, if you look in the in the Ontario curriculum, it literally states in grade 8 you are expected to learn in math to add and subtract fractions.
Yeah.
And they barely touch upon multiplying and dividing fractions. Only in grade 9 do they go into great depth about that stuff.
So it's not like a teacher's fault. I don't think it's a teacher's way of teaching that's bad. It's just it's the rules.
curriculum. It's the system.
Yeah, it's the whole
The
thing. that's
teachers are
stupid.
good here.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I mean, the
fact that
teachers
there's
are really
a
good.
curriculum is bad. You should just let
And-
the teacher like have a guideline, not a curriculum.
Yeah, I feel like they follow it too strictly. I
Too
feel like they can
strictly.
be more free with what they
Yeah.
choose to teach, and they can go harder. There are the teachers in the school, like his math teacher, the ones that are from other countries who are used to going harder are
Because they're disciplined, right?
Yeah, they're like
They take it too
they're-
easy.
Yeah, they're like you guys are too soft, you know.
We are too soft. Like this country has
My math
obviously
class
made everyone
should
soft
be
here.
every class. You shouldn't be allowed to use your phones. You should be
Yeah.
listening. You can't be
No,
loud.
no.
No, but phones. No, I want to use my.
Because it's like it also depends on like how because there's different types of students, right? Like people who
Yeah.
actually work and
Yeah.
who just go on their phones during class.
I think
Yeah.
yeah.
Like for example, I know some people who always have one AirPod in and
They're putting their body.
He's on the podcast right now.
Yeah, someone over here.
Do you know who he is?
No,
like he just got a haircut.
but the thing is, I also know people who don't.
But he
pay-
does good. Like he's.
Yeah,
No, he
does
doesn't.
Oh, I mean he does. Yeah. Good job, bro.
But honestly, another thing I think we should talk about is Destreamed. I think it's so weird having everything Destreamed now because
I think
like
that's better.
I think that's
No,
better.
no,
but
but
that's
that's
not-
not.
that
In
also-
my math class, the people who are like applied are with the academic
That's
students.
exactly
Like,
No,
the
no, no,
applied
no,
people
no,
are
no,
doing
no.
so bad.
I
No,
know,
they
I
shouldn't.
know.
They shouldn't even enforce the idea of like applied. They
Yeah.
shouldn't let that
Exactly,
happen.
Because
that's
then,
exactly.
then that harms your future because
Yeah.
you're going to university. They're gonna teach you academic grade stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the thing is with
No,
applied,
but the thing with applied is you can't get into a university. if
Yeah,
you
that's
take
what I'm
applied.
saying.
Yeah.
No, no,
Everyone
that's
should
No, no,
take
this stream is a
academic
really good thing
colleges.
because people, like, especially new people,
It's a
like,
good thing,
like,
yeah.
in grade 9 and 10, because if you choose like something applied in grade 9 or 10, that could like ruin your chances of university or it could ruin your future. So someone who's 14 years old shouldn't be like allowed to make such a big decision. So like
Yeah.
removing the option to even choose. And
Yeah.
guidance counselors, like I know they help us, but sometimes they're not. Maybe they're like don't give you the best advice. Like it's just not really good. I'm not.
No, no,
talking
no,
about
no,
any
that's
of
fine.
them.
No,
It's
not
all
in- not in
That's a good
general.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You shouldn't
my
be
general.
able to choose. It should just be like one course.
No,
Yeah.
I think you should be able to
But-
make that decision, but like they
No,
should be.
I
no,
think-
no, listen.
It should
Because
be in
look,
grade 11
in
and
my
12.
opinion, especially math, it's not something. Oh, I'm just not good at it. No, yeah, like if you just work, you practice, you
Yeah,
learn.
exactly.
It's
Right.
not-
Math is literally practice.
have
Math
to-
is
Yeah,
the
math
entire
is
point of
practice,
math is
100%.
And everyone who comes from an international school is at least 2 years
Yeah,
ahead. And
100%.
especially you can see that in universities. My brother, he's in UTM. The people who come from India or UAE
Exchange
are
students
so
on
much better at
Yeah,
computer
yeah.
science. Because they've learned that stuff actually like in depth.
But the thing is, Destreamed is good for the students, but if you think about it from the teacher's perspective, it's a bit harder because
Yeah.
in Canada, they're used to having applied and academic. For
Yeah.
like so many years, they've had applied and
It should have
academic,
always
right?
been these
Like
two.
an
Yeah.
academic teacher.
Now
is
they're
teaching
Now a
applied.
teacher is they whatever teachers, maybe they let go teachers. I'm not going to say anything about that, but whatever teachers they have now are teaching both academic and applied kids. So all the kids that need help in applied and all the kids that need help in academic, it's so hard to like
That's true.
help everyone's needs,
I think
right?
eventually though, as Destreamed is the norm.
They'll get used to
Yeah.
it.
No, but
It's a
that's
good
right
move,
now.
it's a
right
good
now.
move.
It's just that
Right
it was
now,
like very
it's-
weird that they did
Open
it like
should not
right
be-
away. You know,
open
all the
should not be
courses.
a thing.
Open, yeah, exactly.
What's
Open,
open?
open is completely
Wait,
stupid.
what's opening?
Open, it's like
For fun.
it's literally a fun, like for fun. Like every
Yeah.
fun course is open. Like
No, no,
gym is
isn't
open.
like wait, isn't
No,
there
but
like
some people will
wasn't there-
get French open.
Yeah,
French
yeah, yeah,
last
that's
year.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
In
yeah.
grade 9, wasn't there?
That's what I
Isn't
did,
open for French like you just don't know anything?
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
And then you could just lie.
for normal for people like us, if we like wanted to choose, we wouldn't go for open, but
I applied for
I went for
French, because
academic
yeah.
French because I
Applied
know that
French is
universities don't like look good on
like
the
no,
applied
I don't
French.
mind having like applied for stuff like courses that don't really like French or like history, for example. But like the main course, sometimes like French, I took it applied
Math,
because it doesn't- I'm
science.
not playing.
Math, science, English, yeah,
Yeah,
those are your core
the
ones.
thing is like you know how you guys were saying like oh like Destream. If you're taking applied, you should because some people don't realize that when you take all applied courses, that leads you to college. If you like people should realize that academic leads to university, right? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get and obviously university is better than college.
Depends. No, but okay, like you can't go to university for mechanics or something like that.
No, I mean you can, but It depends
That's
on
not
what the
that's
person
not a
wants
course
to
in
do.
university. I don't think so.
No, there are majors for mechanics courses. Yeah.
Actually?
There are majors for it. Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
University.
I thought all the work-
It depends on the university, actually. Like higher universities, maybe like University of Toronto won't carry like a mechanics program, but maybe someone like a lower university. I'm not saying like those universities are worse,
Yeah.
but like it's still a university at the end of the day, which is better than college, right? I mean,
Better
in-
credentials.
No, but
it depends on the person.
That's what I'm
not
saying.
saying like college is a bad thing. It literally depends on the person what
you
you
can
want to
switch.
do in life.
You can switch from college. Like if you
It
do
could
2
be
years,
Exactly.
if you do 2 years, you can go to
Whatever
university.
is beneficial for you, that's what you choose to go to, right?
If you're a dropout,
But like
I-
me.
Now
Look
that
at
we're-
Lil Pump. Little Pump
Lil
made
Pump.
it.
Lil
look at
Pump.
how successful he is. He's making
Yeah.
billions.
Yeah, little pump.
He fell off so hard.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, those.
But I mean,
celebrities-
like,
No, Drake also dropped
Okay,
Yeah,
out.
Mr.
Drake
Reed,
also
Mr.
dropped
Reed,
out.
look, let's use an example of business, right?
Mr. Reed,
There was
yeah,
a guy,
sure.
he dropped out of college. He's like, I'm gonna work at McDonald's, right?
Yeah.
He works at McDonald's. People think of him as a loser, a failure, right? He's being looked down upon, right?
Yeah.
So we-
But you know what he does? You know what he does?
What
What does he do? What does he do?
He becomes the manager of multiple chains. He's making billions a day.
Billions?
Every day. Every day. He's
Every
making
day,
billions.
every day.
I don't think
It's
he's
not
making
easy. It's not
billions.
easy.
I don't think
You know,
So
you
that's
know,
what I'm saying.
No,
Drop
but you
out,
know,
go to
see, but that's the thing, right? You never know where
Most
life
rich
can
people
take you.
dropped out of school.
30% of the people who are billionaires, I think, are dropouts. 30%.
Guys, the
This
Matrix
is what they say.
exists.
My
Because
mission
they all
is-
made their own company.
Because
Yeah.
whatever
That's
you
all-
want to do
we'll
in
keep
life,
that for later.
as long as you follow it, right?
So that's why my mission is, if you want to win the lottery, you have to buy a lottery ticket. You have to make the money.
I
to
like
buy
that
a
quote. I
lottery
like
ticket.
that.
Let me film
Are
you.
you-
Word of the- that's
encouraging-
word of the day. Word of the day.
Whoa, are you
Word of the
encouraging gambling?
I'm not encouraging gambling. I'm encouraging buying the lottery ticket, making that money.
He's
making
it's
that
it's
move.
it's
Bank
basically
sometimes you have to
it's-
shoot your
it's an
shot.
analogy, right? Like you just have to
Yeah,
exactly
you just
like
have
you
to
said.
shoot your shot.
Shoot. It's like just like the basketball analogy. Shoot your shot. You
I'm
never
gonna
know what
pretend you're
you're
a girl
gonna.
right now. I shoot at you, and then
Whoa,
I
whoa,
bag
whoa,
you.
whoa, whoa.
What?
I mean,
What
maybe
do
you can get away with that haircut. Like
Yo, okay, listen. I worked at McDonald's before. Does that mean I'm gonna be a billionaire?
No.
No, because you quit.
No, look, there's two type of. There's
You
two-
quit.
There's
You persevered. every day.
I didn't quit.
people.
I didn't quit. I left my manager
see,
on
it
delivery.
depends, right? Like what's your
There are
passion?
lucky
Ali?
people. There's luck for
Like
sure,
what's your
and there's
passion?
also like
What do you want to do in life?
Burgers at McDonald's.
Making burgers at
But,
McDonald's.
but look,
Yeah.
what are your opinions on dropping out and joining Hustlers University?
Oh my.
We
Okay,
can't-
that's a topic for another day. But anyway, since we're on the topic of universities, I wanted to talk about the jump between high school and university because I think
You don't know. Have you?
Look, I haven't been to university, but
Do you have an older sibling?
Yeah, I have an older sibling. I mean, he's in university right now, third year, right, doing his undergraduate degree. So I could see that the marks that you're doing in university versus the marks that you get in high school are way different. Because
Yeah.
What do you
first of
mean- what
all,
do you mean by
in
mark?
university, number one, they use GPA,
Yeah.
which is not even a concept in high school. They don't talk about GPA in high
Yeah.
school.
No, but no, because when they're looking at your application for university, I feel like that's the only time people really know about GPA. 'Cause
That's
the average
the
is-
thing,
We'll see
right?
this more in grade 12 because we can't really
We'll see more in grade 12.
But
But
from what I
another
hear-
problem
Grade
as
Come
well.
back 4 years and then.
Fun fact: grade 12 and grade 11, their marks are like the teachers understand that you want to get into something good or
No,
like a university.
no.
They actually do boost
No,
your mark. I'm
that's
not
not
even
true. That's not true.
What a fun
That's not
fact.
true.
It
They
is.
will not boost your mark. All the teachers.
You think middle school marks are easier than grade 12?
What?
Yeah,
Middle
what
school
is he
marks are
doing?
easier than
Just
grade
that.
12.
No, they're
Middle
not.
school marks
In
are
middle school
actually
marks, you
hard.
always get 85, 88, 90.
Because they
if
was
you're good.
Listen.
This is a dumb question, but I find the hardest grade I've ever gone through was grade 4.
Get on the podcast.
Bro, I failed. I got R's.
No,
I got
listen,
multiple
no,
R's.
listen. The hardest grade was grade 7. Okay, I'll admit. We did some. We might have cheated. Might have.
No.
Right?
Who is we? Sorry,
Who's we?
No. Okay.
No.
Okay. Some people,
Look,
not
look.
myself.
Man.
But it's like I feel
Wait,
like.
wait.
Like in grade 7, it was just that no one really like you don't pay attention in middle school. Like you do.
That's not true.
You
That's
do.
not- my marks in middle school, I used to actually try harder. In middle school, my average was
How'd you try
around
harder?
85 to 88. Okay. Now in high school, it's in the 90s, something like 94 for grade 9, for example, of all the marks combined.
I was just being a
It's-
nerd.
No, it's easier. I swear, teachers mark easier.
No,
You think in
you
science
got
you
it
could
right
get 98 in science? And
No,
last
no,
year-
Yeah, science was way harder now.
No. Let me explain. Let me
Everyone
explain.
can-
In middle school, wait. You were
No,
saying.
science is easier
but
now.
it's not harder than.
Wait. Let him
Yeah,
explain.
it's
Let
easier
him
to get better
explain.
marks. It's harder to.
Let him explain.
No. You're saying it's easier to get better marks now, but the thing is, you don't notice. as this stuff got harder, you also get smarter. So you're smarter than you were in grade 7. You're
That's true,
way
that's-
smarter
yeah.
than you were in grade 7.
That's true.
No,
And
you
in
can
grade
understand
7,
the things
tell
that
me you
easy.
weren't taking it really easy in grade 7. You telling me that you were
weren't
like
stressing.
studying
He
like
was
crazy
tryhard.
hard, right?
I was trying.
tryhard.
Hey, he can vouch for me. I was
You
trying.
was
Me and him were trying.
Okay, maybe
I
you
was
guys.
not.
What did we get in science though? Like something like 8. I think mine was 88.
Okay, then that's just.
91.
That's the
Even
thing,
though the
innit?
marks,
That's what I'm
my
saying.
tests
No,
were always
Why were
full
you
mark.
trying in
No,
grade 7?
that's okay. If your tests were full marks and you're telling me that you got 80 something, that's a problem with your teacher and her marking.
Yeah, I'm saying teachers mark
you're
easier in
supposed to-
high school.
So you can't blame that. You can't say
teacher-
anything
You're tying
about
this
that.
back to
mark-
the conversation.
They don't
right?
mark
Really.
easier in
Yeah.
high school. They mark properly. in high
Yeah, they actually
give
look.
you
There's
an
a mark.
actual
It's
average.
not an opinion. It's
No,
not
no,
an
no, but
opinion.
this
It's not
goes-
subjective. It's an actual mark.
Okay, so you're telling me a math mark that you had in grade 5 was subjective.
Yes.
How? You're telling me 5 plus 3 can be subjective.
No. But the teachers don't give like 100 if you actually got everything correct.
Yeah, but okay.
But that's the
what?
teacher.
What? No.
If you take it to the principal, they will change your mark because technically your grade. That's just
Why,
your
why are
problem.
you going to the principal in grade 5?
Yeah.
I got 98. I deserve 100.
I'm just saying because he's saying that he got full
No,
marks in
no.
grade 7, but he did
I
got
think-
80
I-
something.
Okay, if you
That's
look
not
throughout all of your school
not
life,
true. That's
you're not gonna
impossible.
you're not gonna find someone who gets
give you, like,
100. You know, did you see that one Asian guy who got like 100 in all of his
yeah,
courses? But that's like a
This
one of a
is-
kind. That's literally like you don't see people getting 100 in elementary, middle school, or high school.
And if you are,
Like maybe just on tests, maybe just on
academic
tests.
weapon.
If you talk about like getting hundreds or perfect, like the like it's good to have a high like standard for yourself, but like you're not gonna get like hundreds in elementary, middle school, or
Yes,
high school.
exactly.
Right? Like even in
Yeah,
university,
high school you
it's
can.
harder. No, it's like no, but like I'm talking full courses. Like you're not gonna get 100 on like it's impossible to
It's not
literally.
realistic to look
no,
at.
Exactly,
Yeah,
because then you
there's
lower
one
your
thing.
esteem.
In math, it is easier to get a 100 than other
That is true.
subjects.
That is
Because math is right or wrong. If you
But-
get everything right,
Okay,
That
you
also
know.
that-
depends on the person, right?
Like
Your
English-
time.
No, I think he's saying
It's
in
harder
general,
to-
like if you actually like studied perfectly and you knew every single concept, you're gonna get 100. You can't.
You
get-
need a life though. Like
Right
I'm
or
not gonna
wrong?
be going after
No,
school
I'm
just
saying
studying.
Look at your marks in high school. They actually look at your tests. In middle school, it's more like open. Like how good is your answer?
I will tell you right now, my
Which is
grades in middle school were like 98s, like all 98s. I'm not
There's no
joking.
way.
And I did not try hard.
here.
I did not try hard.
remember
I
that was
swear I did not try hard in middle school.
Yeah.
But in high school,
Wrapping up.
the marks changed completely. Okay, so in conclusion, today we talked about the different countries. I mean, we talked about America, Dubai, or UAE. We talked about the grading system. We talked about, I mean, how big the schools are. You know, the hallways, the lockers, all that
Brushing
stuff.
your teeth.
Yeah, we
brush
talked.
your teeth. Don't listen to no one.
Yeah, please.
Brush your teeth.
Brush your teeth.
My dad is a dentist, by the
We
way.
did a good Q&A, yeah. So maybe we'll touch on this in our next podcast as well. Who knows what our next topic will be?
Oh yeah.
But,
Also,
yeah.
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Wahad. And if you guys,
Make sure to.
Okay,
sure
yeah.
to-
Stay tuned. Our Instagram is SpareTime podcast, I believe. SpareTime
Something like that,
podcast,
bro.
something like that. And
Look at
our
our links in bio.
yep, our TikTok is
YouTube,
SpareTime
TikTok,
_01.
Spotify.
Okay, make sure you follow us on
Comment down
TikTok.
below, repost. Yeah!